Hey everybody, I am back with another one, and it is not the Neo Pocket Micro today. I was actually planning on doing this video and I filmed the first half, the unboxing, but it requires a lot of setup. So we're going to set this aside and we have something else in the mail today. This is that little My Mini or R36 Mini. So we're going to check this thing out. This is that one with that little thumbstick right in the center, little small device. It's probably going to be EmuELEC K36 clone, but we will find out. Let's get into it. And what do we have here? Interesting, small box compared to our normal R36S boxes. This is one of the many, but as you can see, this is a lot smaller because it is a mini device. Mode My Mini game console, 640 by 480. Let's take a look at this box up close. So there's the front. There's the side right there. Chip, TF card, 3D joystick, 10 emulators, and a gamepad. The back, here's our specs right there. Feel free to pause that and look at it. Open GLES 3.2. Yep, 8 gigabytes eMMC. I'm pretty sure this is going to be just like a K36. Presented case, screen protector. All right, that's good to know. Let's open this thing up. Okay, so I'm just going to make this a casual review. We're not going to go too deep into this device right here. I think it's going to be real similar to some other devices with a different form factor. So let's just see what it has to offer. Those are all the different colors available as of now. I chose the turquoise green. And it does come in one of those cases similar to the R36 Max and Pro or whatever it is, Plus, I'm not sure what they're called, I can't remember, but it had the same logo on there right there. So it's a nice case. It's actually nice that it actually comes in a case. Anyway, let's move on. Let's open this thing up. And there it is. I like having the foam inside the case. I actually do that with my other consoles as well, so it's kind of cool that they did that here. Here's the device. We have a bunch of stuff here. I'm not even going to bother with all that right now. We have a USB-C to USB-A cable. We have a manual down there. I'll check that out later. Let's just take a look at this device up close. I know some of you guys are curious about it as well as I. So let's see how this D-pad and these buttons feel. Starting with the D-pad. First off, I'll say it's a pretty light device. Yeah, it doesn't weigh much. The battery says it's a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. It doesn't feel like it's 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Let's take a look at it. I don't think they're being honest about that. That looks like a 2,500 milliamp hour battery, if that. We'll have to see. Maybe I'm wrong. But here's the device. Let's take a look at the D-pad. It has that little X in the middle, kind of like it wants to be a Retroid or a PS Vita, but no, just like the R36 Max had, or the K36 as well. Okay, so the D-pad isn't horrible, but it's not great either. It has a central pivot, but it's pretty shallow. As you see, it pushes down really far. You can still move it a little bit, but it's not the best feeling D-pad. It's strange. It doesn't feel like really mushy, but it doesn't feel snappy either. It's just kind of like meh. It's not that good. Stick clicks. I have to put a cap on that, otherwise that thing will not stay white. Face buttons. That feels good. All right, these face buttons feel really good. I'm sure you can tell by the sound. Silicone membrane. Nice and snappy. They actually feel really nice. The D-pad, not so much. Start and select. Micro switches. And, excuse me, shoulder buttons. Same as an R36S, but with that Miyoo Mini style. So that's the device right there. From the outside, there's power, volume up, volume up and down, power and reset. And we have a card in the TF2 slot, but not in the TF1 slot. I bet that slot won't even be usable. I'm not 100% sure. So let's start this thing up and see what it has to offer. Okay, we are in, and here it is. I forget what theme this is. I know I've seen it before. This is the one they advertise on their listings. So I'm just going to press start really quick and see what we have going on here. So it's EmuELEC 4.7, just like every other clone fake R36S out there. So you're not going to be able to do as much with this, but I think we will be able to get ArcOS installed on this, at least the K36 version of ArcOS. I have yet to do that on my K36. So in here, it doesn't seem like we have any background music. We do have the navigation sound going on right here. So I'm going to turn that off real quick. Sound settings, and yeah, front end music is off. Where's my navigation sound? There it is. Let's turn that off. Okay, so let's just go through the systems. Super Nintendo, N64, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Sega SG-1000, Mega Drive, Genesis, Dreamcast, Game Gear, Neo Geo, Neo Geo Pocket, Neo Geo Pocket Color, PlayStation, PSP, all games. We're going to have to go back to that in a different theme. I'm curious how many games are included. Oh, there it is right there. 22,028 games included, okay? Favorites, 19. It looks like it's probably going to be those arcade beat-em-ups. Let's see. Oh, it's just a bunch of different, looks like CPS games, Capcom System games. Okay, arcade, Capcom System 1, 2, 3, MAME, WonderSwan Color, PC Engine, Famicom Disk System, Super Famicom, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and we're back to N64. All right, so let's just go through a couple of these different systems, see which games they have and how they run. It just took a minute for the screensaver to pop up, so that's pretty cool that they have this implemented here. I'm pretty sure you can just kind of move through it and see different games, just random games, and you can press A and just choose the game and play it from there. That's kind of cool. It's a good way to kind of randomize your selection if you're kind of dealing with choice paralysis. Shinobi. I don't know what that is. Some kind of Sonic style game. See, there's a lot of cool games I am unaware of on these systems. Keep showing this one though. Alright, let's back out of here. A little Street Fighter. It looks really blurry, like there's some kind of filter on it. I'm going to back out of there. I didn't mention the LED around the thumbstick too. I wonder if you could turn that off. It's a little bit annoying. I'll have to check later. I don't want to check right now. Let's just see if there's some Mario games in here. Let's go into Nintendo and featured games. There it is. Mario. Awesome. So let's just do what we do here. We really don't need to test Mario, but for the heck of it, let's just start at Mario 3. See how it looks, see how it sounds. I really just want to test Street Fighter and then maybe something in Dreamcast and PSP to see if they run on here. Yeah, that light is annoying. I wouldn't want that shining in my face all the time while I'm playing. So turn the volume up. Is there no volume? Oh, there's volume. Okay, these are mapped correctly. So the D-pad is fine for platformers, but still, I don't really like it. I don't like the way the D-pad feels. There's worse D-pads out there for sure, but yeah, we need to test a fighting game with this thing to see really how it works, and also maybe give it the good old retro game core Contra test. So let's just go for a quick little flight here, and then after that, I want to go into the RetroArch menu. Oh, he's tricked me. Let's just get to the end of the level. I tried to fly there, but I didn't get it. Oh, that was perfect. You know what? We could exit here. All right, so let's see. How do we get into RetroArch? Select an X. There it is. Okay, we got the ozone theme here. Nice. Looks like we have pretty much everything we need here. We don't have configuration file on here, so I'm going to have to go into system settings and do some things to be able to save the changes on here. I'm not going to bother with that in this video. I'm just going to quit RetroArch for now, and we're going to test a couple different games. Let's try something on PSP, something on Dreamcast. But before we do that, actually, let's go into Contra on here. Let's put this D-pad to the test. the way that a lot of you guys are familiar with. Here it is right here, Contra. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. I don't think I got that in time. I did. So the cardinal directions work well. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, it's very easy false inputs. As you can see, he's just running. I mean, it's serviceable. Let's just see if we can get anywhere in this level. I don't want to play for too long. Yeah, see, he didn't want to run backwards right there. I was like stuck running forward. Alright, so the D-pad works. It's a platformer, serviceable D-pad. Running gun works alright. It's not great for Contra, but hey, you know what? I can't say it's not working here. It's working alright. I could play Contra with this D-pad without it being too much. See, I almost got hit by that bullet though, because I tried to duck and he kept running forward. So, yeah, budget consoles. Let's get out of here. Select X, back, quit. Let's try some Street Fighter 2 and Super Nintendo just to see if we can pull off some special moves. Alright, one quick match in Street Fighter 2 to test the D-pad. Afterwards, I'm going to pull in the Miyoo Mini and an R36S just to give you an idea of the size of this console, because it is a mini console. It's small. It's not actually ideal for fighting games. I have a hard time playing fighting games on consoles where my fingers are hanging off the bottom like this, but let's just give it a shot. Oh man, USA. Alright, we're just going to test this. I'm going to jump backwards, try to throw a fireball, see what we can do here. Diagonal back worked, fireball worked with no problem. Wow. I am impressed. I wasn't expecting that. See, I never get the Shoryuken when I walk up to them, but I got it right there. Sorry, buddy. Alright, so this D-pad is serviceable for fighting games. I'm surprised. I didn't think it was going to be. I don't think I really need to show too much more. You see that it works. I'm not the best at Street Fighter anyway, so I'm sure if you're good at it, it's going to work even better for you. I'm going to... let's just pause this for a minute. I'm going to zoom out just a tad. And we're going to do a size comparison real quick. So I have a Miyoo Mini right here. It's in one of those silicone cases. A little dusty, but take a look at it. This device is basically the same size as a Miyoo Mini, and there's the R36S on the left. So you can see if we bring the buttons down to the same, the top is even on all of them. So basically it's just chopping off the buttons here and throwing one stick in the middle. So it is what it is. It's a tiny console. It works. I'm not a fan of that light. I still haven't figured out if I could turn it off. We'll have to see in the settings. But the D-pad works, and that's a good thing. So I'm just going to press select and X, back, and quit. And we're going to try something a little bit heavier hitting. All right, before we go any further, let's turn this LED off right here. I know a lot of people don't like RGB. I'm kind of one of them. I don't hate them, but if this thing was forced to be on, I would not be happy. So let's go into the start menu and find a way to turn it off. EmuELEC setting, game settings, user interface, controller, sound, network, game collection, system, LED setting right there above quit. Okay, so it's on flow on. All right, we have a bunch of options here: red, green, blue, cyan, white, purple, orange, flow, and we're going to off. So I'm going to press off. It's still flashing, and it's off. Awesome. All right, so for all the people out there who hate RGBs, there's a solution. Very simple. Okay, cool. Let's go to Dreamcast or PSP. Dreamcast. Let's find something in here. Crazy Taxi. Let's give it a shot. Speaker sounds a little staticky. I'm not sure if it's just the ROM or if it's the speaker itself. I didn't really notice it in the other games.
We're back. It's Crazy Taxi 2.
It's party time.
It's party time. Let's have some fun.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's see if we can get this going here. Whoa, that's loud.
It's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready?
All right. It's like I got to brace the controller with my thumb right here to press the button. But yeah, the thumbstick is working. Crashing in the trees here. Crazy Taxi is running on this thing. So Dreamcast is somewhat playable. Alright, Crazy Taxi 2. So this is a reason why you might want a thumbstick on a console. If you want to play some Dreamcast games or something, some of them play on here. You're not going to be able to do it with the D-pad. I guess you could map the D-pad to a thumbstick, but yeah, I'm not good at Crazy Taxi, but I thought there was someone to pick up here. And there we go. Alright. This is probably the most Crazy Taxi I've ever played. I usually just pick up one person, say, okay, it works or it doesn't work, and move on to another game. Because this is just not the type of game I play on a console like this. But let's just try to make it to the next stop. The music is really staticky on this thing. I'm not sure if we can change some settings in like frame skip or something to make it sound better, but yeah. Alright, there we are. Alright, we dropped 2 people off. That's good for me. Select an X, and we're going to back out of there. Sega Dreamcast. On the My Mini or the Mini R36 or the R36 Mini. I'm not sure what this thing is officially going to be called. On the box, it says Mode My Mini. Let's test some PSP. What do we have in here? We have God of War. Is that what we're going to test? I know everybody's like, stop testing God of War, but it's like the baseline test to see what runs. If actually Grand Theft Auto probably is, but I think yeah, I think I want to test God of War and just see if it works. I don't think it's gonna work very well, but let's see. If it does, maybe it might be missing the sky or have some graphical glitches. We'll find out. And we'll see how to get into the PSP menu here. So first thing I'm gonna do, I don't know what's going on up at the top. There's some kind of error message there. I pressed the stick in and it went away. Select and B gets us into the menu, just the way the other ones do. I'm going to go into system settings real quick. Actually, they have a, it looks, whoa, what's going on there? Some drift. Game settings, okay, resolution. See, they have it on 2x PSP, and there's no way to change that right now. I think there might be a way to get this stuff to work. Like there's a setting in here to make everything accessible. If you guys know how to do that, let me know in the comments. I'm not sure what to do, but this definitely shouldn't be on 2x PSP. Do we have any frame skip on? We have frame skip 3. Why don't they just have it on 1x PSP and put it at frame skip 2 or something? I don't know. But let's give it a try and just see how it runs. So it's on frame skip 3, and yeah, it looks like it's at 2x resolution because the screen looks really nice, but okay, so it's playable, but it's choppy. And you know what? It's funny, if we can get the settings down so that it's 1x PSP, it'll be much more playable. I think it looks choppy because I don't think I've ever even put it on frame skip 3 before, but you can see it has those graphical glitches on the orbs. There's also no sky. The sky is black. So that's not an issue with the ROM. I think that's an issue with the emulator or the system that's emulating it, because I know I've seen this before and then I've used that exact same ROM file on a different system and the sky showed up. So it is what it is. This is one of those systems where God of War shows up like this. You'll see right here as I launch this thing. I'm about to smack these guys up real quick. The orbs all have those squares around them. It's just kind of weird, but it's playable, surprisingly enough, for people that aren't too picky. I mean, if I never played God of War before and this was an option, it's still kind of fun. And I should have put it on easy and put it on normal. But yeah, you guys can see that right there. I don't think I need to go any further actually moving forward in the game. You can see the orbs just have squares around them. I'm not sure why. These guys are just going to keep coming and that's going to take too much time. So we're going to get out of here. All right, if anybody knows what to do in the PPS-SPP settings to get this thing to scale down to 1x PSP, let me know. One more time, let's just look in here. Everything is, some of the stuff is highlighted and some of the stuff is dimmed out, and I'm not sure why. So let's figure that out. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here. And I don't know if we need to test anything else. We tested the systems that are heavier hitting. We know the lightweight stuff is gonna work fine. Yeah, I think we're good on this console right here. I don't know if I recommend it or not. That's up to you guys. Obviously, there's better systems out there, but if you're into the form factor, the D-pad's not the best, but it's not the worst. I think last thing I'll do is just pull this manual out and give you an idea of what the settings are on this thing, just in case anybody's curious. So feel free to take a look at this right here. All right, so that's the Mode My Mini R36S, whatever you want to call it. Pretty cool little system. It could be worse. I thought it was going to be worse than it is. So yeah, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do me a favor, drop me a like if you don't mind. I bought this one with my own money just out of curiosity. You know, I like to test these janky consoles and see if they're any good. That's how my channel got started, and I'm going to keep doing that. Actually, the next one won't be janky because it's going to be this right here. But yeah, I hope to see you guys there. Thanks again for watching. Peace.